Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. We have an amazing new piece of video footage captured and sent to us by the Conduit YouTube channel. We will put the link to the original video in the channel down in the video description. And what we have here is a recording of the moon taken on 11/20/2015. And the object in question that we're going to be looking at today is of a large, what looks to be a kilometers-long UFO, either exiting Tycho crater or flying overhead Tycho. Now, this is the original video that was posted by the Conduit's channel. We will go ahead and zoom in here in just a moment, but look here, and this is Tycho crater right here. And if you look closely, you will see an object that looks to come out of the crater or possibly fly over it. And this footage was captured using a Panasonic V270 90x zoom HD video camera on a Manfrotto tripod. And as you can see here, as we zoom in on the crater, you will be able to get a much better look of this object. And you can see the sunlight reflecting off of the object. And at one point, even though the object passing over the crater, it happens very quickly, so it's a very brief shot. When you freeze frame it and you go frame by frame, you can see at one point, just as it passes over the crater, the shadow of this large object directly below it shining down onto Tycho crater. And the shadow of the object is in perfect correlation to where the sun is, which is off to the far right hand side. So the shadow correlates, and that's what really drove this footage home for me. So you can see as we're replaying this at 50% speed, just to try to give you the best, clearest shot possible. Although, of course, we do have a lot of distortion here happening when we try to record the moon. Atmospheric distortion and things like that. However, the object is plain as day. Now, again, I don't know whether it's coming out of the crater or not, or if it's simply flying over the crater, but nonetheless, this is a massive object. And footage like this further corroborates other evidence and imagery and footage that we've posted on this channel in the past, further proving that there is alien activity happening on the moon, and there has been for quite some time. And just while we're talking about the moon for a moment, we can show you some other images that were captured by astronauts during the Apollo moon missions. One of those images you're looking at here, which is a photo from the Apollo 13 mission, which was shared by Bob Dean. We have multiple strange objects appearing alongside the Apollo craft on its way to the moon. You can see the arrow pointing to the moon where it's labeled moon, and then we have these three objects traveling outside with the Apollo capsule as they head toward the moon. And some crazy theories about these objects have been around for some time, even going so far as to claim that NASA sent an SOS to some sort of alien beings out there, who in turn helped the troubled Apollo 13 ship get back home. We have another image here from the Apollo 14 mission, taken while they were investigating the Landsberg crater on the moon, where it was said that there were a lot of anomalous things happening in the crater that the astronauts had to photograph. And while taking photos, this object that you're seeing in the image here flew by their craft, and it's just a devastating piece of evidence. This image here of a large cigar-shaped UFO taken hovering over the moon from the Apollo capsule was taken by Neil Armstrong. And for many years there have been stories that Armstrong saw UFOs on his way to the moon and while he was on the surface. Apollo crew members have reported flashing lights pacing them, but later evidence suggested those lights were parts of their Saturn V launch vehicle. Yeah, I'm not buying into that. Seems as if NASA came in and forced them to correct their stories before they said anything else. And another interesting tidbit about the Apollo missions is that also, while they were flying to and on the moon, multiple amateur radio operators were able to monitor the mission and the radio transmissions of the Apollo astronauts going to and from Houston, and heard the Apollo astronauts talking about seeing UFOs on the moon, as well as tracking them while they went to the moon. So back to our original piece of footage here, we have this object on the moon. It's an amazing piece of footage. Big thanks to the Conduit for sending it over to us. And if you want to know more about the moon and the alien phenomenons and happenings surrounding it, be sure to go through our past videos. We have posted multiple analysis-filled videos regarding our lunar neighbor, as well as multiple pieces of NASA footage showing UFOs, as well as amateur telescopic footage. So be sure to follow Secure Team, get yourself up to speed with everything that we've reported on in the past if you haven't yet, and hit the share, like, and subscribe button on the way out if you could. We would really appreciate it. And as always, stay right here because we've got a lot more coming. So stay safe, and we'll see you soon.